Chapter 7. Why so pale and wan? A voice with an exaggerated British accent inquired as Max slumped against the school wall at recess. Nearly all the other boys were engaged in games of physical skill, mostly basketball and soccer, which never much interested Max. Squinting in the slanted sunlight of early December, he looked up at twin reflections of himself in Monday's saucer-sized glasses. In both distorted images, he stood out as puny and unathletic, pathetic and defeated, with his own fairly large glasses like bug eyes and woolly hair ruining any chance of ever being able to consider himself attractive. Why so pale and what? He asked. Wan, answered Tuesday in her normal accent, grinning from ear to ear with big teeth in a natural manner that struck Max as unnervingly genuine. It's poetry. It means lifeless. Got that right. Monday was the smartest student at JFK, and it wasn't even close. Especially in language arts, the teachers were unanimous in thinking she was some kind of prodigy. She knew the answers even to the trick questions, usually before they were asked. She had paid the price for her precociousness by being ostracized as the resident nerd ever since she showed up and enrolled, fresh in from somewhere far away like Oklahoma in 4th grade. Max had never actually had a conversation with her. He wasn't sure why, but he suspected himself of having judged her, like the others, simply for being different. Now that the shoe was on the other foot and he himself was being judged, he felt a tinge of hypocrisy, which produced a hint of shame that reddened his cheeks. Against a backdrop of kids running helter-skelter and making noise, Tuesday was still grinning quietly above Max in patched corduroys and Birkenstocks, staring down at him with enormous gray eyes framed by her own curly hair, sort of a yellow ochre snailing down the sides of her plump, lively face. You feel like sitting down? Asked Max, politely if a little awkwardly, indicating the sidewalk beside him. Sure, she replied, plopping down in yoga position, legs crossed and back straight, not even touching the wall. So do you really have dreams that come true? Is that what you wanted to know? It's one thing I wanted to know. Is that what they're all saying? Not all, some of them. I bet it's not all they're saying. No, it's not. Something in her relaxed tone and body language, which seemed utterly devoid of anything resembling a hidden agenda, made Max feel comfortable opening up, at least a little. Technically, my dreams don't usually come true. What's so special about them? They're real. You mean lucid dreaming, where you figure out while dreaming that you're in a dream? How do you know about lucid dreaming? My mother's an old hippie. We've got all kinds of reading material that's off the beaten path, if you get my drift. I get it. Look, Tuesday, I don't mind talking about this stuff with you. To be honest, it's kind of a relief. But you've got to promise you won't say anything to anyone. I promise, cross my heart. Good. Where were we? Lucid dreaming. Right, well, as far as I can tell, based on my research. That's a funny thing for a kid to say, isn't it? You mean the based on my research part? Yeah. Kind of geeky? Yeah. I'm cool with it. Great. Anyway, as I was saying, lucid dreaming is when you simply become aware of the dream, right? Sometimes this happens naturally with people, but there are also techniques you can use to cultivate the ability, like remembering to look at your hands in your dream. That's what Carlos Castaneda's teacher, Don Juan, instructs him to do. Who's Carlos Castaneda? A psychedelic writer. My mom has his books. I don't know. I never tried looking at my hands. I guess I just did it naturally. I tried it. And? Didn't work. The thing is, Tuesday, why on earth were you named Tuesday? Care to venture a guess? You were born on a Tuesday? Bingo, Ringo. And your last name really is Monday. Kinda wild, huh? Actually, I sort of like your name. It has a nice ring. Thanks, I like it too. Care for an Altoid? They're curiously strong. Max had seen but never tried Altoids. Thanks, he said, accepting a little white mint from the red tin and popping it in his mouth. Sure enough, it was curiously strong, just like the label said. If you think about it, Max, we've got more in common than not having any friends. What else have we got in common? We both have only parents. I know about what happened to your mom. I mean, your father's a celebrity. There's a biography and everything. Did you actually read it? Yeah, you? No, I figured I already knew most of it. Where's your old man? Long gone? Dead? Not that I'm aware of. I never knew who he was. I don't think my mother did either, if you get my meaning. Something to do with the hippie thing? Exactly. She used to live in a commune in New Mexico. She's changed a lot over the years. We get along pretty well. I get along with my only parent too. He seems like a good man. His biographer spoke highly of him. Let's just hope he keeps his cool tomorrow. He's not going to be a happy camper. Parent-teacher conference. Worse. Parent-principal conference. Do you think I'm crazy, Tuesday? Crazy, as in schizophrenic? You heard? Everybody did. Of course. Miss Bridgewater really has it out for me, doesn't she? Seems that way. What did you do to her? I didn't do anything, I just saw some stuff from her past that upset her. In a dream? Yeah. Let me get this straight, Max. You're not just lucid dreaming, you're also seeing visions in your dreams? If that's what you want to call them. Wow, that's super cool. You really think so? Definitely, absolutely. I'd love to see visions like that. Who wouldn't? Everybody except you? What did you see concerning Ms. Bridgewater? It's not important. There's more Tuesday. More? About my dreams. I bring stuff back. Stuff? Things that don't belong here in Florida. Objects totally out of context. I have a box full of bizarre items hidden in my closet. Like what? A Venetian carnival mask. Some kind of antique Celtic bracelet. A tiny ceremonial statue from Easter Island. For real? For real. Far out. This is way more than just lucid dreaming, Max. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So what's the verdict? You think I'm crazy? Actually, not at all. I'll side with Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson? Come on, Max, we just studied her. Much madness is divinest sense. To a discerning eye, much sense. The starkest madness, 'tis the majority. In this as all prevail. Assent and you are sane. Demure, you're straightway dangerous, and handled with a chain. Max reflected for a moment. So if I understand, a lot of so-called insane people are perfectly sane? It's the way things are. And the crazy people actually run everything? Exactly. From inside the school building, the bell suddenly rang. Loud and shrill, signaling the end of recess. Over the course of his talk with Tuesday, possibly the best conversation of his young life, Max had completely forgotten he was at school. I really enjoyed chatting, he said. Me too. I like to chat. We should do this more often. Then let's do it. They stood up and started inside to algebra. And Tuesday? Yeah, Max? How about we be each other's friend? Deal? Experience the full audio video book today only at solluckmansubstack.com.